So the only thing I know about this game is it was pitched as, like, people who like the Witness will like it. That's all, that's it. That's all I know. Puzzles. I think it's pretty challenging. I think I heard murmurs that it's quite difficult at times. We've got a little mouse cursor. Actually, I'm gonna play this with controller. It is controller compatible. And I will show you the accessibility options too, because it seemed like there was a good amount. Cool pixel art. Narda Bob, hi, welcome in. It wants me to use the right stick for the cursor, and then I'm not sure what else. Do I have to be standing on it to do it? Or is it the trigger? Okay, well, it released me. I'm not really sure what I did yet. I had to connect the two squares. Thank you. I like when you show accessibility. I was about to ask. It is controller and keyboard accessible. It has limit frame rate, like normal visual quality things. There's not like a flashing light reduction mode because I'm not expecting a lot of flashing lights, but if there are, we'll let you know. It's got normal volume stuff, lots of controller options for mouse sensitivity, for gamepad sensitivity, for alternate cursor, for auto run button, D-pad, swap sticks, aim assist. So that's really good. I don't know what this means yet. So that's all we got, but I don't think there's gonna be a ton of different controls and mechanics that we have to worry about other than like controller speed stuff, and I might mess with that once we get started, get more into it. So we've got like a bridge elevator that I need to raise up, and then this thing here. Can I press all these? Oh, I see. So you input whatever into the puzzle, and then this is like the submit answer button. Aim assist, I'm assuming this is Witness times Halo, yeah. It doesn't have the fundamental accessibility issues of the Witness, colorblind, unfriendly. Yeah, it's got that in consideration from the start. Oh, this is my sprint button. Okay. Good, good. Oh, so you can either click on this, or if your cursor is up here, you can press A. Makes sense. Oh no, I can't get across. What will I do? I'll go around this way. I might switch to control or to keyboard. Just because it's a little bit wonky, or I might change the speed. Not seen anyone play this with a controller yet. Oh, really? I was thinking about swapping. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. It's better than Talos Principle was on controller. I couldn't play Talos Principle on controller. So this is this showing me the negative space? Yeah. Cool. Love a little starting area. I see the wire, the little cable. What's blocked up here? This gate. Okay. Fun. Like these little flowers. What else can I click on? Hi Ostrich, welcome in. Taiji with Jen. I'm excited. Cam is covering. Oh, I will try to keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be tough with the webcam a little bit, but once we get into some of the ones that are taking me longer, when we're sitting on a puzzle for a long time, we'll move the camera as we go. Cool. We might put on auto run too. Seems like a good idea. I'm not sure what to do with the corners. Do we just assume they're negative space? Never assume. What did the blocks do again? I got confused. So the blocks show me, so far, they seem to show me what I need to input into these panels. Maybe it's this. Cool. Very, yeah, who said Korok puzzles? Very Korok puzzle. I didn't do this one, but I can keep walking even if I don't do that one. Ooh, I love this art. Got a waterfall. This gate is closed now. There's a mine over there. Staircase. Very cool. Ooh. Alright, let's just do this one. Let's see if I can get it. There's something about filling in the gaps to make contrast when there isn't any. So even though there's not a white square here, a cube over here, in order to have it look like a block of all black cubes, I need to have a white cube there to break up the pattern, I think. That didn't work. I thought. Oh, interesting. What about this one? And this one. Oh, I meant to do that. So that one made... Oh, this is... Oh, there's one over here. Wait, can I put this in? Is that what I did put in? Yeah, that gave me the answers. Okay. Weird. He pees? Eyes get big. We're still in the starting area. We're learning the rules. Did the one before it have something like that? Yeah, look. The grass. It's teaching me. I'm learning. Trying to. Sneaky, sneaky. I like it so far. This, though, we gotta figure out what's going on here. We've got 4. This one seems pretty obvious. This one seems pretty... Like, these are all completely filled in. There's no missing cubes. But maybe only one of each works with only one of all of the panels that I can stand on. So like this one matches the only one of these 4 that could fit here with these 2 already filled in. Because I don't think I can change these. Yeah, they're locked. Would be this. The only one that has a white square in the center is this. This one's completely open. And this is locked. But this is the only one that has a black square down there. So let's try that. I love the wind chimes in the background. Can you hear everything? Two more here. And then we haven't done this one yet. Nice. It worked. As far as I know, that one... didn't have any environmental ones to put in, although this grass and tile combo is kind of suspicious, but the shape of this isn't really a 3x3. What happens if you undo one that you already did? The door doesn't shut. It's the only thing I can think of. If you treat this like a 3x3, then the one in the middle is an island, I guess, of grass, but that time that didn't work. Let's keep going. Up the mountain. Symbols. Oh, Duncan is making some noise. You okay, Dunk? You good? I think he's okay. We've got a tree, a propeller blades, some sticks, some outlines, some shapes, a square, some pixels, some binary, and more shapes with an outline. And there's like layers to this pillar in the middle, and I think if you get them all, this maybe opens, maybe, and you go inside the mountain. Let's keep climbing. Ooh. There's so much to do. Let's go run around. It's a walking simulator. Oh, there's a locked door. Ooh, pretty. I love it. We're just looking. We're just seeing what there is to see. There's different areas with different types of puzzles. Very peaceful. Does this game have a pond? Can I trace this path? Okay. Is there some nice flower beds? You can't do puzzles. So far, it seems like you can't do puzzles from far away. Because you have to be standing on things like this to activate them, which is cool. That's locked. Snow? Whoa. This is the Christmas area. Yeah, my character can go pretty fast. I like that. I like the sprint button. We don't seem to have a jump button. Unfortunately. It's not a platformer. That's not activated yet. Okay, I want to go to the top first. What seems to be the top. Oh. You can hear the snow crunch under my feet. Paying our respects. None of this is activated. Ooh, secrets. Can I go over here? Can I go over up here? No? Why not? Alright. We're scoping out everything. Let's go this way now. Can I do this? Ooh. It's got a spiral and a block in the center. What? I'm gonna need a notebook. Oh, is this a map thing? I think this is just a map. This is the gate in the close to where we started with all the different symbols, and then there's little walking paths that lead everywhere from there. We walked all the way to the top and skipped a bunch in the middle. And it's orange and active now, so interesting. Let's go find more map pieces. Can I go down here? Rules I don't understand yet. Oh, this is closed. Maybe I can just go ahead and do this one. Is this one inactive? Some of the graphics remind me of Hyper Light Drifter. A bit, yeah. Top-down pixel art. Really cool concept. Reminds me of Carto. Oh, I've heard of Carto. I was thinking about playing that. And dude, hi. Thanks for the hello. Welcome in. Unlocking a map is a cartography. Thank you. Thank you. Artful Escape was so fun. I finished my nail art look based on Artful Escape. And then had a blast finishing the game. It was awesome. Good ending. Good wrap up for everything that happened to us. I wonder though if we can go another way. And I don't see a reference image here, and if this were lit up maybe it would be our reference, but it's a different shape. I don't feel like I see anything like that nearby, at least not yet. I can make these blue. I can give these a blue background. Make all the blue ones even more blue. Wasn't expecting that to work. Fill these in. Does that blue match this blue? I don't know what's going on here. Alright, let's go the other way around. I get the sense I'm jumping ahead. Maybe not, but... maybe it has... oh, there is a pond! Tell me your secrets! So we can do... well, let's go another way. We can do trees, we can do binary code, we can do... we can go this way. I haven't gone this way yet. Under the bridge. The pixel art is gorgeous. Ooh, here, this is what we saw up higher up the mountain. Since there's no jump button, I guess you're running ahead. We're at exactly the pace we should be. This is below a whole puzzle zone. This isn't powered on yet, but I think that leads to a bridge that gets us out there. Oh. Cool. None of this is powered on yet. It's okay. I'm gonna know this map so well. Does this go back to the center? Ooh, a map piece though. Nice. Some embers. Whoa. Cool. This one has, so I can't actually walk over here. Yes, I can. This one is traced in white. This one is traced in black. There's just so much to do. It's so cool. I like that you're letting you explore so much. Oh yeah, that's a big plus. I love that. Let me look at everything and see what I want to do first. I'm tempted by this one. If we're supposed to make a mirror image of each side. Like here's the end of this line and here's the mirror of it here. Hi, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Do these turn the same color? They do. So when I walk on these, they're both white, which is interesting. It's gonna fry my brain. This is the... why did I pick this one to start with? Okay, hang on. This is the negative space under that top bit. And there's a ton of it on the other side. So it's interesting to fill in, like, what do you fill in first, you know? The alert makes you giggle? Yeah. Finn the human, wishing you a good day. I feel like I should draw it first. I should doodle it. I'm gonna get my notebook. New chapter.
Humans. There's so many.
Hi, llama.
Are they friendly characters?
Beautiful pixel art. I've got this maze before me that I can step on different pieces and then drag across. Oh, that was weird. I couldn't drag the line any further. Is it like Snake and I accidentally doubled back? No, I just messed it up. I was playing SSX 3 and Mega Man X4. Definitely a fun time. We were just talking about Mega Man 2. This game already looks super calming. I'm into it. It really is. The coolest part about this, this was pitched to me and to others. Oh, there's another one over here. I've been talking so much, but I think we can use this puzzle to help solve the other puzzle too, maybe. As a witness, people who love The Witness would love this game, and you can just walk over this whole island and check it out before you do anything. Before you work on any of the puzzles, you can just sort of wander, take a tour, see what looks interesting. Mega Man 2 is very overrated as a Mega Man game. I've only ever played, I think I did try X as a kid. My brother played it, I watched him play it, he was really good at it. I was not good at it. I got very frustrated, but I was pretty little. And then I think we actually tried a Mega Man game on stream one time when we were doing that retro sampler stream ages ago. Oh, this is the starting area. And we did a Game Boy Advance one, but it's been a while. Hi, Miss Nick. Welcome in. How are you? Mega Man 2 is one of my favorite of all time. X is a nice game. My first was Mega Man 1 on Game Boy. Nice. There's so many. Yeah, there's got to be at least one that you get attached to. This is... So I haven't seen this area yet. The sound design is incredible. We've got different noises for different types of ground that I've been walking on. Can I walk down this rock pile? I don't know, but I can activate the map. Very good. Oh, there's another map piece here, I think? Yeah. Let's keep going. Icarus? Ikaru? Hi, how's it going? Welcome in. Game Boy Advance, that might have been Mega Man 0 game. Maybe? So far out of the ones I've completed, Mega Man X is my favorite. Colors make me happy. I like this so much. Me too. The music is dynamically generated from many instrument tracks depending on which area you're in. Ooh. I love that. I need to do a bunch of these before I can go through that door, it seems. I'm just in the mood to sample a little bit of everything. Oh, this is nice. Maybe MM Battle Network. I can find it. I can look it up. We played a lot of games that day. We did the sampler. We played like a Mickey Mouse game. We played a bunch of, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to think of it. It's a Game Boy Advance game with like elemental, Golden Sun. We played a bunch of Golden Sun. It's been a while. Water sounds, best sounds, dopamine rush. Can I try one thing for you? It depends. Is it something that like could solve a puzzle? Or is it just a control mechanic? Didn't you play Earthbound? I did. That was a different stream, but I did play some of Earthbound. Oh, interesting. It liked none of these being selected. Okay. What is that referencing? I don't know. So far, some of these have clues in the area nearby to tell me how to solve them, but a lot of it I haven't figured out how to solve yet. Something with the map? Maybe. I kind of moved on. Maybe the next map piece we find. Also, all the raiders, thank you so much again. If you need to lurk or decompress or eat or rest, please do take care of yourselves. Thanks for bringing your communities over. We'll be here. We'll be chillin'. I really just want to explore first before I get too wrapped up. Ooh, here's another one of these. That means something. I will get food. Yes, let us know what you're getting if you want to share. But please get food. Take care of yourselves. This is pretty. Yeah, new music track over here. Here's a map. Nice. Should I try the opposite? Is that what you were thinking? Did I try the opposite on one of the other ones? I can't remember. I think you can probably do either, because they're not marked. You can go in this house. Wine cellar. Favorite area. Oh, interesting. I see these grids that make me think I'm supposed to be grabbing the answer from here. But this one is like tilted if I were to use that. But maybe that's the point. Okay, the rest of the stream is me like this. I get so focused on what I'm doing, I'm learning to wander a little more, but I get lost brain and goes off on a tangent. Totally fair. Do what works for your brain. Oh, I'm messing up the controls a little bit here and there. Maybe a lot of bit. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna draw this. I said I was gonna draw and then I didn't draw anything. I like to hand draw these. I do have graph paper if we need it. There's 4, and then 3, and then 4, and then 3, and then 4. Should I get a notebook cam for this game? It's been a while since we did that. Hi CD, welcome in. I like Taiji a lot so far. I haven't done much yet. We've just been walking all over the mountain. I refuse to tell you any hints unless your brain explodes. I appreciate that. Yeah, no hints. We're on the same page. So what I'm doing is drawing a diagram of what this looks like, but it's tilted over here, so I need an example to like help my brain. And then these two, and then these two. Okay, hopefully this helps. And then the fourth one of this row, and then the first one of this row, and then the first and the third. Yay! What did it do? What did that do for me? It made the satisfying noise. Aww. Can I put all of these in? This one's red and green. Did that power on the next one? This looks like the windows. Like this window. The good brain chemicals. Yes, it did. I turned the button to a paler gray. What else do you want? Fair enough. I haven't done like any puzzles outside of the beginning area yet. How many rows does this have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should see if this matches before I write it down. Yeah. One. This one. Okay. Let's see if this works. Mostly white squares on this one, I think. It made the noise. What's going on here? Does this have to do with the hallway? Yeah, the floor, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 2. Yeah. So these tiles on the ground correspond. And it's got dark, dark, dark. Dark, 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 dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 filled in. Okay. And then we've got one of these weird ones. So we've got a couple things that could pull from. It could be this? No. I don't think so, because that one has the weird outline. Is it all 3? Do we have to fit them all together? No. It doesn't seem right. How many rule types have you seen out in the world? I mean a bunch, because we've walked pretty much everywhere, but I haven't solved them. I've just like walked past and gone, oh, that looks cool. So I don't know, maybe one that I've actually attempted solving. Lots of this. This is the thing they showed us in the starting area. It's tough. These ones are tough because they leave these blank and you wonder, am I supposed to fill in the gaps? But how? I haven't been up here yet. This is pretty. Look at this big circle-shaped pond. Let me click you. Can I swim? Ooh, interesting. Ooh. I can't move this. Or this. Let me go out. Oh, that's not an exit, just this is. Interesting. Interesting. Must click circles. There'd be way too many bottles to keep track of, but who knows. The sounds are extremely satisfying, yeah. Ooh. I don't know how that rule set works yet. We've seen that one before. I've been trying to get all the map pieces. I went in this building and did this panel and didn't know why it worked, so I left. Does this take me back up to the snow? Nope. Something else entirely. God, this world is huge. Look at all this. Is this gonna start teaching me? Is this where this one starts? Is this an elevator? Oh, interesting. Oh. That worked for these two? But not this one. Okay. Huh? I don't get it yet. Do you follow any pixel artists? A couple, yeah. This has... I'm not gonna worry about the elevator. This has two that are not outlined. This also has two that are not outlined. This has two that are not, well, filled in. Okay, two that are not filled in, two that are not filled in, two that are not filled in, and two that are. These have to stay filled in? I don't know what that means. What if I do, oops, what if I do this? No. I don't know what that means. Let's keep walking around. There's a set of buttons in here.
Humans.
Thistle, hi.
There's so
Welcome
many.
in.
Are they friendly characters?
Oh, and that seems to be the end of where I can go in that section. So to get back up, I do that. And as I go, it undoes them. I wonder if it has something to do with drawing a path from one to the other? The rolling emote was super hard to make. You made that yourself? That's really impressive. Thistle is cool and does cool things. Thanks for bringing us together. I don't know how best to describe this game yet other than puzzles. I'm still trying to figure it out. Oop. What if I connect those? Okay, it liked that. I'm confused on these first two. It likes that. But it's also okay to leave them not connected, because I wouldn't be able to connect, because these ones I can't fill in.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I do arting and gaming. Awesome. We were just doing some arting yesterday. I did my nail art for a game we were playing called Artful Escape. I made them extremely sparkly and colorful because that game is extremely sparkly and colorful. That's my art medium of choice. Thank you. I worked hard. I do this like stamping thing so you can get like a really precise design over top. And I think maybe next weekend, because we'll be playing this game the next couple streams, maybe we'll do some nail art inspired by, I almost said The Witness, Taiji. If I can come up with a concept, if I can make really geometric looking nails, that could be really fun. I'm tempted to do this, but now these two are not connected, which makes me think that's wrong. Yeah. So what if I just do this? No, it doesn't like that. The you got it wrong noise is so so disheartening. If I do these two, it needs a way to connect, I think. Interesting. You just know you didn't get it. It's very obvious that you didn't get it. Nail art is super rad. I've tried before and just end up smudging everything. It's hard. It's very meticulous. We were talking about mise en place yesterday. I think that's how you say it, like for cooking, is also very important for nail art. I have to have everything in the right place so I don't bump stuff over, so I don't have to like get into a bag mid nail art and smudge it while I'm working. It's taken a lot of practice over the years. I don't know what's going on with this one. What if... Oh, that was my stomach. Sorry. We are going to take a snack break eventually. Maybe in like 20, 30 minutes, something like that. What if I do all of these? I kind of like that. I feel like they're sharing this connecting block here. But no. I want to click this one. Beep beep. Puzzles, love and hate them. Have you been playing any good puzzle games lately? On this channel, we're big fans of, I'm a big fan of The Witness, Baba Is You, Fez, maybe Outer Wilds, if you count it as a puzzle game, because it is a puzzle game, and many other things. Did you play Scorn? No, I have not played Scorn. I've heard of it. Fez has an incredible OST. Disaster Piece ended up being my most played artist of the year. I just did my Spotify Wrapped, and it was Disaster Piece, Andrew Prowlo, Lena Rain, and then a lo-fi, like, chill hop artist that I use for stream. Because I listen to those all the time on stream and off stream. It dominated my Spotify this year. Lena Rain is so good. I'm a huge fan of Celeste. I'm a huge fan of Chicory, A Colorful Tale. The game and the soundtrack are incredible. Chill hop slaps. Like, I've been listening to lo-fi for a long time before I started streaming as, like, very keep me relaxed while I'm driving, keep me relaxed while I'm working. I've been working on Celeste B-sides and now Chapter 9 off stream. I played a little bit of it on stream, but it's tough. It's so tough. I will recommend them to anyone. I love the artists. We've got a bunch of puzzle games on my backlog too. We're gonna probably be with Taiji for a while.
Human beings, it turns out,
are weird. But I've got like Manifold Garden and Maquette and a couple others on my backlog too. Power Never Die, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad previewing. That's a brand new 3-month Earth Badge. You did inspire me to go back and finish Farewell. Oh my gosh, congrats. I'm still working on it. I didn't give up. I've just been playing it off stream. I need to give you all an update soon. Soul, have a good lurk. Thank you. I appreciate it. My fave puzzle games are the Little Nightmare games. Oh, I tried Little Nightmares. I couldn't do it. It was too scary. But cool art style. I can watch other people play it for the most part, but I couldn't play it myself. What if, like... Oh, I don't know what to do here. I don't know. Let's go somewhere else. It's day 1. Let's wander. We'll come back to it. Don't worry. Jim, hi. Thanks for the piece. There's just too much to look at. It's too good. Oh, this is locked. Too much to look at, except for behind this locked door. What's this? Is this anything? This is like a overlook, like a cliff above this factory area. This is closed. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, and I didn't even try these because I couldn't see a reference for them. I don't know. Does it have to do with the shadows of the rock or something? It seems very subtle. Like there's sort of a different, slightly different gray, but I don't think it's enough to like really make me convinced that's what I'm supposed to be looking for. Is there something up here? No. I've replayed them many times. I just love them so much, but they're really spooky. I have a collection in my video collections on Twitch, like my highlights, called Scary Games, because we do them for Halloween, we do them for charity, and we do them for channel goals. Sometimes, very rarely, So there's a VOD of me playing Little Nightmares, and then like Dead Space, and Slender, and some really creepy ones. Little Nightmares was on Halloween last year, and I was in full Star Trek costume. Full Vulcan costume. I wanted to go back to this little... I just feel like I should be able to stand on that rock. But no. Where else haven't I gone yet? I need to learn how these all work. Was there another path this way? No. Hi Hawkeye, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for popping in. Oh no, Dead Space, I played 10 minutes and noped away. I played the super easy mode. And, it was okay. But it's a lot. Lots of jump scary stuff. Star Trek, we have a Star Trek emo. Deep Space Nine is my favorite. I have a Kira cosplay and just a generic like Vulcan cosplay and a Dax cosplay. We do run fast. I love how fast we can get around the map. Same for you. Yes. You're in good company. We love Deep Space Nine here. Oh, thanks Llama. Thanks for my socials. I think all of my cosplays are on my Instagram. And that's like easier to scroll through for the photos of the ones you're looking for. I think Dax is on there. That would be the only one that I'm not sure if I posted, but if I haven't, I need to. Oh yeah, in this area I left behind too. What's my deal with starting and then abandoning rooms? Whatever, it's day one, no pressure. Oh. This looks like a model, like a diagram of the house. Oh, there's a cool statue. I feel like I've seen this symbol somewhere else. Wow. What is all this? Is it... Are we mimicking the art or are we mimicking the juggling balls? I'll be playing Outlast soon. I'm scared already. Yeah. Have you played or heard of Soma? I think it's kind of like puzzly but also really scary. Oh my gosh. I think it's the juggling balls because I think it's the stars here. But how? Oh, look at this! I like this museum area. Oh, look at the snowman! That's cute. I'm having a really hard time wrapping my head around a bunch of this stuff. 2, 3, 1, 2. Like, I don't really know what I'm going for here. This has a line through it? I feel like I need to go somewhere else that'll help explain things. I need further instruction. Let's go up this way. But I'm enjoying the museum exhibits. I was playing Soma the other day. It's very much atmospheric swimming simulator. What? I watched someone play it years ago. It's super good, but deaf, scary. I think if it's swimming, if it's underwater, someone must have recommended it after I finished Subnautica. Where the easy puzzles? We did all the easy puzzles. There's no easy puzzles left. Hi, Antable. Welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, I'm not really expecting any instructions, but I gotta learn. Oh. What? There's so many places to look at in this house, though. I'm loving exploring this mansion. This art gallery mansion. Ooh, pretty colors. Is this supposed to be light and shadow? Red and blue, but the shadow makes it hard to decipher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this looks like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Blue, red, blue. Too much of a shadow to tell. Or does it have, like, colorful lighting on it? I don't know what these are. This is red, this is black. This is white. This is red, this is red, this is maybe blue? Ugh. Where's the filter that I can look through it? And this is different. Weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one has like the brown green on one and the blue on the other. Dark, dark, light, dark, 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 light. Dark, light, dark, light. Yay, I can do this one. Oops, no. Light, dark, light, dark, light, 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 dark, light, light, light. Yay! This only has 3. So which ones am I supposed to draw from? Either? This looks like dark, light, dark. And this also looks like dark, light, dark. Light, dark, light. Light, dark, light. Okay, I think it's the same on both sides. Gonna lurk and chill down for the night. Love your vibes. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I love the vibes from the raid. Have a good rest of the night. Hope to see you again soon. Accessibility is okay, Antable. We went through some of the controller options. Mouse sensitivity, mouse acceleration, gamepad cursor speed, alternate cursor speed, auto run, D-pad, swap sticks, and gamepad aim assist. So it has some good stuff here. There's no second controller for the camera, but the second controller, or the second joystick is for this little cursor, which is vaguely like Mario Galaxy vibes, right? But I think you can probably change what to use for this second controller. Not even if you're stood on a button that's part of a row of buttons. I wish it had that control option. It's a little tricky with the left stick or the D-pad is move around, and the right stick is move this fairy. Oh, no worries, llama. Yeah, Thistle's heading out. We'll see you around. I was keyboard mouse all the way. The stick cursor bothered me. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. I will say I didn't like it at first, but now that I've been playing for a bit, I don't mind it. It's similar to The Witness, which is like not ideal for controller, but I got used to it and ended up liking it just fine. And I'd much prefer to sit back in my chair and use a controller than use my keyboard mouse, because I don't have a great desk setup for keyboard mouse, and I just hunch so much more when I use keyboard mouse for games. All right, let's do this. So light, 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 light. Yay! All right, all right. Maybe this was where I was supposed to start here. I feel like I'm learning. This one has 6. Is it all relative to each row? How did this work? So the left-facing ones were all on the left, and the right-facing ones were all on the right. So I guess you group it by color scheme. Because all the ones on the left-hand side are going to be the same 2 shades that we're differentiating between, and maybe they all go next to each other here? Or maybe not. That's where I'm not sure. I guess we'll try both ways. You kids and your fancy ergonomics? I'm sat in bed with laptop curled up like a goblin. That's okay too. Personal preference. At least the fairy mouse doesn't repeatedly say, "Hey, listen!" Not yet, at least. So far, no text, no dialogue. Only puzzles. I'm gonna try something spicy first. I'm gonna put them all in a row. So relative to the whole puzzle, this would be dark, light, 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 dark, 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 light, oops, light, light, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Light, light, light. Dark, dark. How many lights did I say? Dark, light, light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dark, light, light, light. Dark, dark. Okay, that's what I want. Antable, thank you for redeeming human kindness, sending human kindness from me to you and all of chat. I appreciate you. You are loved. You are worthy. Thanks for being a part of the community. Thanks for all the raids too, and for sending good vibes. Be sure to share them with each other and those that you know, and lift each other up. Let's close the weekend out together. I appreciate you. Thank you, Antable. I like spending time with you all. I don't know if you noticed. It's a spicy puzzle. It is a spicy puzzle. I'm gonna try it this way, and then if this doesn't work, I'll try it the other way, where I do all the left-facing ones on the left-hand side. But I feel like it makes sense to combine them. It could be either. I wish more games allowed controller mouse controls. You mean allowed you to switch back and forth between the two? Thanks, Llama. Thanks for the love. This one is dark, light, dark, 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 light. To move mouse with stick. Best human kindness speech yet. Aw. Nichols,
so
hi.
many.
Thank you for the
Are they friendly, Kara?
raid. Haven't heard of this one. It came out September 9th, and a bunch of people in our community, our puzzle circles, have highly recommended it so far. Don't forget Linolith, a great couple of hours. I don't know that one. I was just listing off ones I've played, but that sounds cool. Excuse me. I thought it wasn't gonna happen. I thought that the sneeze was gonna go away for a second there. Linolith is a cute short puzzle game. Nice. Thank you, Trav. Linolith is very stripped down. It's all about the brain chemicals. Love that. Alright, let's keep going. Let me at least try this method. 1, 2, 3. So this is dark, dark, dark. Dark, light, light. Wait, dark? This is hard. Dark, dark. Dark, light. Dark, light. 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 Dark, dark. Light. Light. Dark, dark. Light, dark. Dark, dark. Thank God it worked. It was so much brain effort for one panel, and I was gonna have to redo it if that method didn't work. So now I can redo this one with what I learned. Maybe. Uh-oh. This one is really odd, though. I guess you just reference, like, each individual row and go from there. I'm gonna lurk while I export stream and such, also so I don't see too much spoilers. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again, Nichols. Thanks for the lurk. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get that self-care into post-stream self-care, and we'll see ya around. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I mean, what? It's just a color puzzle. This looks like the red-ish sides are light, dark, dark, and the bluish side is dark, light, dark. So this is light, dark, dark, light, dark, dark. Then we've got, this one is weird. Like, between this color here and this color here, I almost feel like it's an optical illusion. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that those ones are darker. So this is light, light, dark, 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 dark. Maybe. Then we've got almost white in the middle, so this is dark, light, dark, and dark, light, dark. Oh, my brain. Okay, and then this one is light, dark, 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 light, light. Dork, dork. Does any of this make any sense? And I'm doing a lot of squinting, like... This is dark, light, light, dark, dark, dark. No! Boo. Well, we're leaving. I wonder if it's these. We're leaving and we're back. It's midnight in the UK. I'm gonna do half lurk and fade. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, CD. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your rest. You think you're understanding it now? Game said it didn't make sense. It did seem kind of convoluted what I was trying for. I could go back and check my work. It's just, it takes me forever. To like go through each one and give it a category. Feels like the last puzzle in the series. We can try this one and not have the colors to deal with. The reds and the blues. We can go back to grayscale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Brain broken. This reminds me of this one time in like 7th grade math class. I think it was. Like early geometry. And they gave us that special graph paper that's like the squished squares. They're not squares. What is it, a rhombus? Where you can make cubes by connecting the dots instead of graph paper. And they were like, yeah, isometric paper, I think that must be it. And they were like, make as many combinations of 4 cubes as you can. And I think if you could rotate it to a different... Well, I can't remember if it was like rotations were okay. You had to draw as many variations as you could. And I was so into this assignment, like trying to draw them all, trying to come up with all the different ones, to where I was just like zoning out, and everywhere I looked I saw cubes in isometric paper. That's what this reminds me of. Alright, I don't know what's going on. Can I go back here? No, this is closed. Those are closed. Are those just the references? No, there's nothing to stand on here. I feel like this is the reference for this. Weird. This is a 4x4? And what's the reference here? I don't think it's this, because I can't see. There's probably more to that one once you walk up there. This has to do with the yellow wall sconces. Okay, I might leave again. And we still haven't gotten all the map pieces. And we still haven't explored the entire island yet. Oh, this has these pinwheel things. We've seen those somewhere before. I tried to do that one and failed. I don't understand any of these. Okay, bye. Too much. Couldn't handle it. Is there anything to the left? More maps, more cardio. I'm gonna leave and we might take our snack break. Before I pick another area. Oh, this is the direction I came from. This goes back up to the pink tree, I think. This is where the wine cellar is. We did some of these. Complicated. I like it. It's extremely intriguing. Like, ooh, I want to know more. I want to try more rooms. Isn't it beautiful, Kazuka? Hi, welcome in. You're in for a treat. Let's go down here. Is this the starting area? Is that showing me there's a path down there? I must click this circle! What is this? Everyone clicks the thing. Yep. How can you not? Jaeger, hi, welcome in. Happy Sunday. We're puzzling. Ooh, what's this? That's blocked by a tree. Oh. That's broken. There's a lot of little detail. Okay, I found a map. Nice. I clicked the thing and I'm not even playing, right? Kira, hi, welcome in. My lovely friends and fellow community members, happy tree dressing day? Is it an official day for that? Oh no, I missed out. Matt says it's not deliberately a thing and I do not believe him. Okay. How can it not be a thing? Look at all these circles and lines. Oh, this is the symbol. This is the same symbol that's on the chandelier of the mansion. Here's the mansion. Here's the big pink tree. This looks like an abandoned factory. Here's the giant door. This area I want to go back to eventually because it has this cool, like, walk along the floor kind of maze. We're still missing so many map pieces. But for now, I need to take my snack break. We haven't gotten up and stretched or anything yet, and I really, I don't want to have a grumbly tummy the whole stream. Dressing Day occurs annually the first weekend of December. The importance of trees and encourages to value and care for them. Tree Dressing Day was initiated by Common Ground, UK-based charity based in Dorset. Been the forefront of community conservation and environmental education in England for over 30 years. I had no idea. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. I might try to do the laundry really, like, throw it in the dryer really quick, but I don't want to take too much time. Eating is more important. The laundry can wait. Stretch if you need to, grab a snack if you need to, take care of yourselves, enjoy the peaceful sounds of this game, and I will be right back. I finally stopped getting the COD Burger King ad, but now I rate it, they'll probably come back, probably. Does anybody use Twitch Turbo? We talked about it not last stream, a little while ago. I've been thinking of getting it. It's just frustrating because I want to sub to everybody. But if you pay for Turbo, you don't get ads on any streams, but none of the creators get a cut of that. As far as I know, it's not like YouTube Premium. But like, kinda nice to have ad-free viewing. Everyone I know that has it recommends it. Does it have other features, other perks? My ad blocker's working, so I'm okay without Turbo. Nice, I'm glad it's working. If you can afford it, it's nice to have both options, yeah. Perks, benefits, like an emote or like a username color or something. There's also Prime. Easier to hop around from stream to stream without delays than support who you watch regularly. Yeah, true. If you can afford both. Yeah. It's a lot of money though. You can have a Turbo chat badge. Oh yeah. Okay. Used to give you another sub like Prime, but not anymore. Cool. Yeah, because I think it's been better for me lately. I don't know if it's just my viewing habits or what, but I've been watching new people. I think the worst is when I go to raid somebody from stream. Like, I always open up in another tab and I wait for the ads to play so I can tell if they're on a break or something, if it's somebody I'm not subscribed to. I always get an ad when I do that, always, and I wait for it so that our raid goes smoothly. If I'm not subscribed. But when I open Twitch on my phone, I feel like I don't always get it, don't usually get it. And that depends on if the person is running pre-roll at that moment or not. And when I'm just like opening my PC, my desktop, to watch for fun, I feel like I don't get them as often anymore. This is all Purely anecdotal. None of it makes any sense. Wants to hide Turbo as much as possible. It's so hard to find it. I think the streamer gets a small cut if you watch with Turbo too. I really need to confirm that, because if somebody watches me on YouTube with YouTube Premium, there's a different, like, there's a little bit of a bump from it. So I would hope that it's the same here, but I feel like I've heard that it's not. Yeah, exactly, Heretic. Like, I wish it were. It says they get revenue from ad impressions. Interesting. I try to only run them on breaks. And it's so that people who are just coming in, it disables pre-roll for 30 minutes if I run an hour and a half ad. A minute and a half ad. Let's watch an hour and a half of ads. Ad stream. No. The YouTube Premium bump is way more if you have the ads playing. Yeah. Alright, let's get to puzzling. If you got ads, I'm sorry. We weren't doing anything. You didn't miss anything. And now we're back, and hopefully we've highlighted some options for you if you're looking for a way to enjoy ad-free viewing in the future. Not sponsored. If you use Turbo and the broadcaster runs an ad, we pay them the exact same amount as if you had seen the ad. Huh. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, interesting. So there's a bunch of different versions of this puzzle. Can I just copy the left onto the right? That's what it wants me to do, it seems. And the frame of reference is based off of the line. These are fun. Oh, that's from 2013. Well, yeah. Still interesting. I still appreciate it. Oh. Is this one just blank? No. Why? Why? Weird. What about this? Maybe this? Okay, that worked. Okay. We're creating these shapes. I have a hard time describing what's going on in this. I feel like I was a lot better at describing the witness rules than I am at describing Taiji rules. I'm like, yeah, we're kind of doing things on a panel. It's probably true, however, the streamer would lose out on sub money if you decide not to sub because you have Turbo. Yeah. But, like, subs are for the emotes and the badge and the ad-free viewing. And Turbo is just for the ads. It's hard to describe this mechanic. It really is. Yeah, Austin, it's like, it's very Witness inspired. Pixel art Witness. Visual puzzles are hard to put into words sometimes. Do the thing with the pattern, exactly. Like, there's some squares. I wonder if this will work or if I need to do the reverse here. I needed to do the reverse there. I think because of this situation. Oh, this is interesting. So we're trying to make this shape the horizontal line becomes the center. Oh, that's too many things flashing across the screen. The horizontal line becomes like the focal point of the shape, it seems. So now I feel like I need to copy it over here. Do we have to put one behind it too? No. What if we do that? And what was wrong with... Oops, that's not what I meant to press. Beep beep. Also, the game looks really cool from what I'm soaking in while not trying to pay enough attention to spoiler myself. Yeah, it's really cool so far. I was joking that the ads were running more lame. How did that spawn a business conversation? I'm sorry. I like to talk about it. It was... I wish I control the content of the ads, but also... Let's talk about ads. Turbo also gives you the option to pick your name color and the extended broadcast storage similar to Prime. Oh yeah! That's cool. Did I do this already? Yeah. Beep beep. Beep beep. This one is difficult. What about this? No. Is it a repeating pattern like yellow and then orange and then the next one would be yellow? That worked. Weird. Oh, I see, because we made this shape with these white blocks, and then we made the same shape with these orange blocks. Tricky! It's like puzzle pieces fitting together. Cool. Let's see if I can do it again. Is it a conveyor belt? Is that what's going on here? Because this is in like the factory area. So imagine these as conveyor belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3. Like this. Nope. 4 filled in, 1 blank. Oh, 4 filled in, 1 blank, 4 filled in. No? 1 blank. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Must be this. Yeah. Phew. I almost didn't make it. Picking it from a hex code is a prime thing, yeah. Gino, welcome in. How's it going? So this is a 5x5. This is very different from the other ones. Can I do anything up here? Look, more circles! I could do this. But we learned, so these have yellow and black horizontal lines. I think we only had one color of horizontal line so far. Green, yellow, blue. I wonder if that means anything. And these are all black. After maybe a year of deciding to do turbo or not, I just bought it. I now have turbo subscriber badge, expanded emote set, custom username color, ad-free viewing, extended broadcaster storage. There you go. Enjoy. Congratulations. I think if you jump in the acid, I don't think so. I don't have a jump button. And I can't walk up here. Or so it seems. What's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, so much stuff. Thanks, Jeffrey. I don't really love this. But it's 3 of the same pattern, but it's not quite right. Weird. Three repeating patterns. Start simple, I guess. Oops. Oh, I wanted to do this and add these and see if it did it. Oh, interesting. Oh, that still works too? The second I do that, it doesn't work anymore, though. It doesn't really care what I do with the other blocks. As long as these ones are isolated and match or something. I don't know. To be continued. This is 7. This one has to stay orange, and so does this. Can we do that? No, I don't know why not. Is it this? That looks good to me. Yes. I can't explain why, but that worked. And now it's teaching us the two different horizontal line colors. So blue is this shape, black is this shape. What's going on over here with the border of this building? And all these Tetris pieces all over the place. I think we do this. Yeah. 3 colors of horizontal lines. I think we do this. But this seems, oops, fairly simple to teach this to start, but it's gonna get harder. Now I feel a little more at home. It took me a while to dig in. I was like, there's too many things to click on. There's too many places to walk. I didn't know where to go first. Does this have to be... I don't have another one of these black horizontal lines. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Blank, orange, blank, blank, orange, blank, blank, orange, blank. This is what I already tried and it didn't like this. Why not? Should I do the reverse? No, it didn't like that. Because this turned into one giant shape. It must be everything in this 5x3, maybe? Oh, some of the outlines are orange and some of them are black. Is that normal? I don't know. That doesn't feel right at all, but I can make this shape. Hopping to hard lurk. It's late here. Game is great vibe. It's now on my wish list. Nice. Have a good hard lurk / sleep, Llama. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And thank you for the raid, of course. Oh, do I just have to make it a different shape from the other one? Yeah, okay. I have to make sure that it's 2 distinct shapes because it's 2 distinct colors. And it gave me wiggle room here to change this shape. Okay. So these start out all the same and we have to make each of them different with 1 block, but we can do none filled in, top 1 filled in, middle 1 filled in, bottom 1 filled in. Easy. And this one has 3. And the black and yellow have to be what they are because the black has to be what it is because it's locked. The dotted lines mean it's locked. So I'm pretty sure I have to do this. Can I do this? Yep, because that makes that its own shape. And I think this'll work. No. What did I do different? Oh, weird. I changed it by making... Oh. Oh, that's tricky. Mechanic clicking into place. Trying, yeah. It's tough. Because I can add to it on the left-hand side of this shape with the black horizontal line. I can't add to the right-hand side of it, though. Which gets weird when I come over here and it's like, okay, here's my shape, but now all of a sudden it's attached. And I don't think you can have one shape that has 2 horizontal lines included in it. I don't think it likes that. Oh, do these count as 2 different shapes? Because on this one, the horizontal line is on this block. But on this one, it's on a different block? That's allowed. Okay, okay. Purple is locked. And black is locked, but I can add to it. Weird. Now maybe we combine 2 different shapes and 2 different colors into one shape with all of the properties. I need chapstick for this one. It's intense. Just fill in the whole thing. This one is hard. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors in it. Oh, that's the end of this room, though. Have you tried pushing buttons? Maybe push buttons harder? Vigorous clicking. The noises are so good, though. The clicking sound is very satisfying. Somehow this is the only thing that's wrong. Wild. In these situations, I find button pressing to be key, but at times not pressing them seems to also work. Thanks, OxyJoe. Welcome in. Beer Ice, hi. Welcome in. How are you? Are you emotionally recovered from yesterday yet? Taiji is really good. Very chill vibes with like the music and the setting. It's allowing me to hone my mental focus. Not really, I'm chatting a lot, but it's very fun. Why did that work except for this one? That's what kills me. I don't understand why the purple, the white, and the green are all working. Today's been a cozy recovery day. I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad that it's a cozy, you're able to like take a day and just process everything. For those of you that don't know or weren't in the raid yesterday, Naked Beer I just finished a 2-year TTRPG campaign based off of Outer Wilds. It's been a long journey and it was so fun to see the finale. Everyone was super hype. I'm proud. You guys did great. So right now this is registering as, this is a green shape, this is a purple shape, this is a black shape, but this one doesn't match it, which is why they're both flashing, because this also needs to be different from purple somehow. So if I do that, no, it's still flashing. Why? I thought it was registering this whole block of unfilled squares as a white shape, but maybe not. What about that? Oh, those two are the same now? Ugh. What if I do that? It worked. Weird. Very weird. Okay, I finished this little building here. Now what? Where does the little... Is there a cable? No, I don't see a cable coming off of this. For the satisfaction of bringing it to completion. This one now? Sure, let's do it. Now that we kind of know what's happening. Oh, now it's not flashing when we get it wrong. Okay, it's expecting me to know by now. Which is fair. I should. Nope, I don't. I want to open it. What else did I skip? Oh, what's this? This is cool. Solar panels. There's like a whole garage door. Wasn't there... Didn't I skip... I skipped these? No, I did these. I thought there was another panel I skipped, but it must have been in a different area. Was it just this one that I skipped? I swear there was something else. Maybe not. Okay. This one's tough. What if we group these two together? No, I don't think that's it either. Just fill them all in. It doesn't give me... Duncan awake? No. It doesn't give me very much room. Like, these two yellow lines only have one square in between. And I don't like that. That's this repeating pattern here, which I don't love either. I like that better. Can I do this? No. Oh, because I connected a bunch of stuff. These two match. Now the black horizontal lines match. But the yellow doesn't. Can I just do this? No, because then they're all the same shape. I really should go back at that other one and explore it more, because now I feel like I don't understand. Okay, let's go back to this. What if I make this one filled in and this one blank? But I have to erase the ones around it. I don't think that'll work. Is that it? I think that's it. These are both 1. These are both whatever that shape is. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I don't know why that one was so hard for me, but it was. But I got it. Now we can do that to start. That one's just hard. It's tricky. For sure. And then if I do... Oh, that's all kinds of messed up. If I do this, those are the same shape, so that's no good. Oh, interesting. Had dinner, full and warm inside now. How's the puzzling going? Welcome back, Soul. It's good. We've made some good progress. It's still very difficult at times, but I'm liking it. I think this is wrong. Why did this work? Oh, interesting, because it is 2 colors and it does satisfy both rules at the same time, because this, even though it's the same shape, it's like the Z. Wait, it did open, right? It did do something? Yeah, it did open that door. It's the same shape. With the yellow line, it's on the upper left-hand square, but with the black line, it's on the lower right-hand square. This one doesn't have it, but I think that's okay. If there was one, it would need to be in this square. I don't know, let's keep going. Let's see if I can use that to my advantage. Ooh, this room's cool. It makes really cool noises when I walk here. Do you hear that? It's got like a twang to it. Oh, I can go under the staircase. Okay. These ones are slanted, and we've got this, like, key up here, maybe? No, that's something else altogether. Is this like the Tetris puzzle? Now we can rotate them? Ugh. Yeah. It seems to be. So for that one, I'm establishing the rule here, and then this version of it can be turned. This establishes the rule. This one can be turned. These can both be turned. Oh. Oh, because it has to be on the left. Ha. They can also be the same. It doesn't have to turn. This is like... No. Can we turn it this way? I'm glad we cannot. This doesn't work because the line isn't on the correct square. I want to fill this one and it's not letting me. Those are all locked. Wait, it doesn't have to be on the left. What did I do before that didn't work? I think this one I was just doing the wrong thing. Okay, perfect. It has to be on the ending square. This square. Like that, and then we need to make a bunch of them. Nope. Or make a new reference shape. No. No, I did that thing again. Oh, this room does have it. It does tell me when there's a mistake. And with which block it is, so that's helpful. I feel like I have to add to this shape, though. Oh, interesting. Because can that count as a different block? Now they're all wrong. Because when I did this is a version of a shape, and this is a version of a shape, but I don't understand why that works. No. That would be this. And then there would be one more over here. But I don't like that. This one's hard too. How do I make these two match? Like that? No, it really didn't think that was the right answer. don't know. That's the last one of that panel, though. And then I think it opens something up here, or it turns this thing here, maybe? Yeah. I love this noise. Dang it! I want to finish this area! I don't understand this, though. Okay, if I do this... This is the same shape as this, but it's not filled in instead of being filled in. And then can I do something with these? Now can I do this? Why doesn't it like that? Oh, because they're connected. You can't do a single square if they're connected like that, I guess. Ugh. I like this shape over here, and I like this shape over here. Now, how do I get these two to cooperate? This is now cooperating. It's just this one that's not. No. I can't do this, can I? No, because then it changes this shape. Does that work? Yeah. Phew. Now I get to walk on more of this cool floor. I want to look at the solar panels. Oh. Whoa. What? I need to get across. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Jump! Jump! Make a bridge. I need the jetpack, yeah. Well, let's go find the jetpack. This is basically Talus Principle. I don't understand what it wants me to do. Can I just click A on them all because they're good as is? They're good just the way they are, but I can't get across. And you can't, like, add extra squares to it. What is that doing? Can I open this yet? No. Thanks, fishies. Mel, hi. Please don't weep. This is Taiji. Aren't you gonna play this game? Maybe someday with your extensive backlog. No pressure, no rush. I can show you how pretty the pixel art is. Wait, is this a door? Okay, I showed you one pixel. You didn't see that. It's too much. It's been spoiled.
Human beings, it turns out,
Are weird. I needed to pause because of the waterfall noise. Martin, hi! Thank you for 8 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth Badger emotes, your ad previewing. We're so glad to have you. I'll be watching your full playthrough of this game when I've finished it. For now, just wanted to say really glad you're playing it. Reliving the Witness experience. It really kind of is. It's great. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your playthrough as well. We'll catch you in the VODs. Now I can't play it. No, it's okay. I think it's fine. I am gonna go in here though, because I'm curious. Look at this pretty pink grass. I don't know most of these yet. I know this one. We learned this mechanic. Does it flash with what you got wrong? No. Oh. That one's not filled in. Well, I'm not going to be able to finish this for a long time. Oh, why is it saying... It's telling me to use R. I already know how that works. Weird. I ran away because I wanted to see how that one puzzle affected other areas. And I wanted to see if this was open yet, but it's not. I thought I was gonna be able to walk across, and I can't. R button lets you make squares. How come this one is like glowing? Oh, it's showing me what I did, I think. Maybe. No, that's the R button. Weird. Okay. I'll figure it out. Mark squares. It's just like a demo to help you think. Okay. I don't like that the reset button doesn't erase the markers. Am I supposed to... Okay, I think I'm supposed to turn these so that I can make a path. Cute. Fun. Oh, this still isn't gonna make me able to reach the other side. Oh, I thought that was it. Is that not it? I got confused. This is cool. Oh, interesting. Gotta spin my head a lot in this game. Let's look at this one now. Like that. I mean, this is cool, but I can't get to the other side yet. But it's neat. Now I can. There's nothing over. Oh, there is something over here. Exciting. I want to go to the other places. What's this? Another entrance. A whole other set of rules. Oh, man. I think I tried this, and now I forget how it works. Oops. Oh, we have to make, like, circuits. Like, you gotta connect things. But this one's wonky. I don't like it. Goodbye. Let's try to get up here. Can I... get up there? This is hard to envision. I think this is the only way that this white shape can be positioned to where I can get to it from the staircase. And I think I can do this. So that's something. Maybe I just need to get on the staircase and have one of the other shapes help me out. Hey shapes, help me out. What happens when you try to spin them and there's another shape in the way? Does it like raise it or lower it underneath the other ones? I feel like it does. Oh, this is, I'm having trouble envisioning things. I think that's it. Yeah, it raises it over the others. Yay! Oh, I thought I had it. Not yet. Yay! Oh no, I'm gonna have to watch the VOD to see how I did it the first time. Oh, this doesn't open. You just have to get to it from another section. This game is huge. Okay, repeating patterns. It looks like blue, we could do this. Is it gonna tell me the errors? No, this one doesn't. But then, okay, now yellow, we can do that. And that. Yeah. And now we've got these rotatey ones. Can we do that? Yes! These are all rotatey. Can we make a bunch of W's? But then it starts getting really confusing. Oh wait, no, this is working. Right? Yes. Oh, these are all in the same this one's different. These two have the lines in the same place. That's cool. Hi cello player, welcome in. This is called Taiji. It's a puzzle game. It just came out this year. If you like The Witness, you'll love Taiji. That's all I can say. I had to move for a second. My legs were getting cold. So I'm gonna tuck them under me and sit cross-legged on this chair. I'm assuming the same solve does not work twice. But why not? Oh, because this one is locked, but it's blank now. Yeah, lots of rule sets, lots of patterns, lots of panels, some environmental stuff. It's good so far. Oh, this one I can already tell is going to hurt my brain. What about this? No, that can't be it. Except the rotating is killing me. I gotta turn my head. It's just one of these games. Or I could draw. I could use my notebook. The Witness with squares? Kind of. I mean, The Witness has a lot of squares, right? It's hard to describe. Does this work? I think it's gotta be... Oh, Duncan's awake. More of... I don't know how to describe it. This one's hard. This is one of the last ones, maybe? Can I do these? I can do these also. Last ones, but we don't even know what happens at the end of an area yet. Oh, and here, this is the fountain. So we're close to the starting point. Was seeing circles for days. Yeah, fair. Reasonable. Oh, now I can come here and run around all the solar panels. How come that lights up there? When I go next to it, do you see that line of squares? It's a 6 by... No, it's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4... No, 6. 3, 4... By 7? Oh, and there's one up here, too? Weird. Can I stand on any of this stuff? No. Andy, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. We'll see you around. Happy time zone. This is really interesting. I feel like there's more to it, but I don't know what yet. Wait, how did I get up here? Oh, does this open eventually? So I can do this, which I'm super confused on, but I feel like I looked at it and nothing came to mind. Or I can try to do this. Oh, these are tough. Duncan just moved from one cat bed to another cat bed. Living the dream. Oh, but this one tells me what I get wrong. Nice. Duncan, you okay? He's making biscuits. This one is like this. What a baker, I know. He's so talented. Good job. Like this shape, and then this shape. But then this is all wrong. So maybe I should add to it. Oops, that's not what I meant to press. Oh, sometimes the controls are a little wonky. For me on controller. I'm sure on keyboard you don't run into the precision issues, but I guess, yeah, it's like the witness with squares because you're not doing like the tracing and the little circle that draws a line that follows. You have to like fill in each individual square, at least so far. Oh, but that has to be a different shape anyway because it's a different color line. Wait, but how did I do that before? Like this. Yeah. I could do this. Has to be on the bottom. How do, like on the bottom left of a set of 3 like this? So it would be here and that overlaps. I don't think that works. Just fill in the whole thing. I can't do... Oh, no, that won't work. I feel like I don't have very many options here. No, I feel like I have to keep that one filled in because it's forming the outline of this shape here. Ugh. I'm envisioning... Oops, I didn't mean to move off the block. I'm envisioning this shape turned all the different ways, but with this one. So it could go here, it could go here, which overlaps, which is weird. It could go here, which is off the board, and same thing, it could go here, which is off the board, as far as rotating it 360. So it's where it needs to be, I think. Friend at arms, hi, how are you? Welcome in. We're furiously puzzling today. And I already tried this and it doesn't work because this one right here has to be filled in to do this border. So this automatically becomes a set of 3. Now it's a set of a bunch. Maybe I'm supposed to be combining stuff. But how? Oh, my brain. I'm as always so sleepy, yeah. I hope you get some good rest when you can. That was my favorite solution, but it doesn't work, so it's not a solution. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I got it. For now, it's Twitch time. Enjoy your Twitch time. This game, we haven't played a puzzle game in a minute, and it's just very peaceful, very much me going, huh, for like a while, and then a nice breakthrough, hopefully. So let's get more of those. Oh, this one is interesting. Let's fill them all in. Oh, and then I reset it. Okay, so we have 3 different colored lines, which means we need 3 different shapes. I feel like this is a block of 1, and yellow is a block of 2, but it's not gonna like that because now the blue and the black are the same shape. We can't have that. Can we do this? Weird. We could do a block of 4 and a block of 3. This one's really strange. This is 1 and 2. This is 1 and 3. I don't think it works like that. Oh, also I like separated it. Did I try on this side yet? I feel like I'm process of eliminationing this instead of actually solving it. This is 1. This is 3. This is 1, this is 1. Oh, this one stinks. Let's work from the other side. This is 1. This is 3. This is 1, this is 1. This is 1. This is 2. This is... Did I fill them all in? No, you can't because this middle one is locked and it's empty. My worst solution so far. I need to go back and look at that other panel where it combined colors and figure out if it adds them or if it's satisfying both at the same time. Like if this is, if blue is 1 and yellow is 2. But that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I need to go look at it. I don't remember where it was. Oops, I keep walking into that corner. My singular complaint of the game thus far, which isn't a complaint at all, is I keep trying to walk down the stairs and accidentally walking into that corner. Also, I'm really curious about the, Oh, I wonder if this is gonna make a shortcut. I'm curious about the solar panels. I don't think it was that one. It was this one. Oh, right, because it wasn't that the different colors were different numbers of shapes, it was that the different colors were on different positions of the same shape. Okay, that's good that I got the refresher. It's not adding at all. Well, it could maybe be, but we could try this and see if it helps. Also, I kind of want to go back through here and make this final panel work. So we can get a shortcut. Also, it's funny that these, you can rotate these? So is it like it's this one and then this is a stack of 3 but the line is on the bottom and then black could be a stack of 2 but the line is on the bottom? This could be a stack of 2. The blue is on the left, the yellow's on the right. This could be a stack of 2, the blue is on the left, but the black is on the right, and that makes black and yellow the same, and we don't want that. But you can rotate them. Oh, this is weird. Because who's to say this isn't... These are the same because blue, if it were upside down, blue would be on the right. So maybe I can't think of it that way. I don't want to just try everything. Ugh. Let's do this one again. The color shape values have to be equal on both sides. No. The dashed just means that this one is locked. I can't fill it in. It's hard to explain because this one's a really complicated one of this rule. And I don't know how this panel works yet. I haven't even solved it yet. But like for the other ones, when it's horizontal, you can't rotate it. So anytime a yellow horizontal line appears, it has to be one singular square. Because that's how I drew it. I could have drawn it a different way and it would have had a different rule. But I drew it to be one. And anytime there's a black horizontal line, it's this cross shape. It can be filled in or not filled in as long as it's the cross shape. Like, it's very complicated. I was talking earlier, the witness rule set, those felt a lot easier to explain on stream. These ones feel incredibly difficult to explain on stream of like how I'm coming to these conclusions. It's a lot of filling in some spaces and leaving other spaces blank. And that one's really hard. This one, so they've given me this shape and these are all locked. I can't erase this block. And I can't fill this block. So it's like a Z Tetris shape. So I have to make all of the black lines the same shape where they appear. But they can be rotated. Or I can add to it and now they can be this shape anywhere they appear. And they can be rotated. It's a lot. I'm not going to be able to figure it out, but I can offer moral support. Thank you! I appreciate it. I don't want any hints, believe it or not. But it is going to be a rough one. So now this one matches this one, which is good. But these are unaccounted for, which is bad. Maybe I should try something similar like the previous one, even though it's locked in a different way. That works? I don't know if that works though because of the rotation. Interesting, it's okay with this. So maybe you just have to have one other matching, or it's saying these two work but you need to make the other two also be one square? I'm not sure. I don't know, my brain is mush. We might have to go somewhere else entirely and or finish. Oh, we looked at this area, but it wasn't powered on. I don't think any of this is powered on yet. And/or have to head out, fellow humans. Catch you soon. Always a pleasure. Thanks for hanging, Soul. I appreciate you. Look at all these circles and lines. It's just like The Witness, but not at all like The Witness. Look at this cute garden. Oh, there's a map right there. How do I get to it? Through here? Oh. But I can't go that way yet. Oh, through here? I had access to that side, but I gave up really quickly on that puzzle. I couldn't figure it out. I could try to change this around so I can go to different parts of this. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of destroying this bridge. I like having this bridge here. Oh, besides... Oh, if I go that way, I can walk across that pipe and get up there. That could be cool. Oops, go this way. Go this way. Okay, we're gonna try to go down. Oh, it's so intimidating though. I don't like changing what I've built. I can draw it so I have it for later. I don't know how to draw. No, I'm just making an extremely rough sketch of this. And then this one goes here. Good enough. Daxon, have a good sleep. We'll see you around. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. I like Taiji. We're playing this again tomorrow, is the plan. Okay, so now that I drew that solution, I can mess it up. Oh, that didn't work. What does this shape look like? Oh. Does this work? Yeah, but then I can't get to I can't get to it. Probably be able to hop in for a bit depending on what time I'm home. Okay, we'll see you then if you can. If not, no worries. We'll see you when we see you. How was this before? It was like this. Ah, but it locks it. Okay, cool. I'm having trouble envisioning this top one moving a way that I can get to it. I don't think I can. I don't think there is a way for that one to rotate that I can reach it from here. Is there? What if it's... Oh, yeah, there is. I think. Yeah, this way. The default way, the starting way. Whoops. Oops. And then I can do this. And I can do this. No. How does this one work? I can never remember. Ugh, my brain. It can go here. I'll use the marker thing. It can go there. It can go here, I think. It can go like here, I think. Oops. So I feel like I'm gonna have to do a very... I'm gonna have to walk up and around and then get to this bottom one. I think I'm gonna have to rearrange this one again. Like that. And now this will be the missing piece. But not like that. Like... this? That still doesn't get me where I need to go. Can this one fit in here, though? No, that's not what I was thinking. What about... Oh man, it's like just off. Because if I put those two on top, it doesn't connect them. Is it this one? I didn't get the shape right. Oh, it would be this side, but this is too... This wouldn't be here. So it would have to be all the way over here. Alex, hi, welcome in. Thanks for the hello. How are you? So close, and yet. Maybe now we can put the blue one in a spot that'll help? I still don't think so. What's the other... rotation of this looks like that, right? Can I... No. I think the white one has to stay, because I don't think any of the other ones allow me to get to the bottom staircase. So I should start from there. I'm trying to go to the bottom. South, whatever. We're on a mountain, so it's lower elevation. Well, we're on a staircase, regardless of a mountain. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say. Man, this one is tough. I wish I could move them while I was on them. That would be great. If you look at the puzzle for long enough, it becomes a staircase. Exactly. I feel like I've been here before. That's not helpful. Oh, maybe you can only... No. I did a different solution earlier and I was able to get over here. I was thinking if I can go through this door, like if I were to go up north. Oh, but you can't. You can't go north, up, whatever, and then change it after you cross. Whatever you cross is how it gets left. Because there's no controls on any of the other sides. They've gotten apparently much more complicated. Yeah. There's a bunch of different rules, and I've been doing mostly this area with the horizontal and diagonal lines. But there's a lot to learn. How come that didn't work? Oh, right. I tried to do that before. It's because reasons. It's because of the way it is. It would be this, but the blue one's in the way. I feel like I already tried this. Go back over here. Did I try this one? I can offer moral support through Froogies, thanks. I think you would figure it out if you played it and started from the beginning, because there's a bit of a tutorial section, but it is very complicated. This is such a disappointment. I've done this before. It still doesn't work though, because even if I were to cross this gap, there's also this that's a diagonal. I would be able to do this though. I don't think if I spin this one, it reaches the staircase. I mean, in other ways, like, it reaches the staircase the one way. This way. This is so frustrating. I really wanted to try to get down there. Now it's making me think it's not even possible. There's no like secret pieces you'll discover later in the game which will allow you to unlock this bridge. Not as far as I know. You know as much as I do. I don't think that's the idea though. Was I this close? No, because this one's diagonal also. brutal. Diagonal and then diagonal here and diagonal here. Give me a jump button. I just keep doing the same stuff. This one needs another block here because I keep thinking it's gonna work and it doesn't. Ugh, I'm devastated. Okay, let's leave. What else can I show you? This is where if I were able to go south or down or whatever, I would be able to climb that pipe. And I'm trying to get to another map piece up there. I can go down here? Oh, no. I know, we basically have a Navi in this game, which is fun. But I did all of this, so I'm proud of that. Oh, I think this is the wrong way. Oh, I think this is this back from the starting area. That one I could try from what we've learned, but I am intimidated. The number of puzzles is staggering. There's lots. It's so cool. Look at these pretty trees. Is this an area that I can work on? Yeah. I have no idea how this one works, though. Like, this one was full and this one was empty. And you need both parts together to go to the next one. But I don't know what the indicator was. Oh, is it the sides? It's the frame. The frame around the puzzle. Oh, I forgot to press A. Oh, thank goodness. That was really bothering me earlier. And then some of these are kind of broken off. I keep forgetting to press A. Okay, so I unlocked a new area. Ooh, what's that out there? This one has to do with It needs this one. Does one of these have to do with this pillar? Oh, these are very crumbly. Okay. I should have done these sooner. Map square. Wait, did that work? Yeah. Oh. Oh, it fell over? Maybe? Hmm? Like this used to be the base right here? Maybe not. Ooh. Oh, now I can get to the pond. Pond. What's this? Oh. These ones are all smashed up. Cello, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Got a little rhyming action going. If you're feeling achy, press the A key. If you're feeling beaky, press the B key. I'm playing on controller. Well, yeah, that still has A and B. They're just this thumb button and this thumb button. I'm playing by sensory. I don't know what's up with this. Is this supposed to be... This is all like cool and shifty over here because the vines are swinging? I want to get down here. Is there a hidden staircase? I don't understand what's going on with this. Alright, well that was fun. I want to know where the staircase is that goes down inside this area. Oh, what's this? And the rest is like broken off. Weird. Gah. Let me do more stuff. Is this where I came from? Yeah, kind of. I can't go that way to get to the cave. Can I go through this? No. Can I go here? No, that's a wall. Can I go here? No. Can I go under the staircase? No. Pretty. Can I go under here? Is there a secret entrance? Oh yeah, this puzzle that I... Oh! This is cool. What's going on here? Oh. And that's locked from that side. Oh, I haven't done any of this yet. Oh, this was above this puzzle that I sort of kind of tried, but then moved on really quickly from. I don't know why that doesn't work. I have to make a path across, but these ones have to stay singular squares, I guess? This is fun. Oh, come on. I'm doing like half of, not even half, like a tiny little tidbit of everywhere I go. I just want to see it all. There's so much I haven't seen yet. Oh, I've been up here. I didn't go into that area yet, but I've seen that before. I'm sampling. I'm too excited. Just like running around. It's a good time. What's this? Oh, I've been up there before too, yeah. And we move so fast. Like, why not run around the first day and see everything as much as I can? We've got the movement speed. None of these are activated. This is like healthy pink forest, and then all the trees are cut down over here. Oh, I've seen this before on the west side of the island. Does this have to do with the branches or something? I don't know. What's this? I don't get it. Oh, we've been seeing these too! This area is cool. I gotta stop skipping to the end. Where do we first learn this mechanic? Up here, I think? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just have a ball light up. Does that have to do with the top of it? Weird. Weird. I can't get through here. Where's the power for this one? Inside? I can't get in there. What the heck? This, like, something about branches, something about stems, but I don't know. Seedling, hi, welcome. Sorry, I'm very, like, scatterbrained today. Alright, all of those are deactivated except for this one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe? Yeah. But like, how do I tell which thing is which thing? I don't know how to say if it's lit up or not. Before it was which one was longer. It seemed like. Oops, wait. Of these, though, the mid-level ones, they're like concealed. So I'm not sure what to do with that. Oh, I guess it's of these two and then these two? And then of these bottom two, the one on the left? Dang. That's hard. And that didn't power anything on, I don't think. You're not on focus, you're focused on exploration. Breadth of experience. If if I hold the button down for a long time, nothing happens. Now can I get in that gate? No. Sad that tree's cut down. Oh, I haven't been down here yet. Look at all the pretty flowers. Can I get to the map yet? No. There's a map, like, in the lower right-hand corner of this area, I think, and I haven't been able to get there yet. Alright, I think we'll start with this area next time, if I can figure it out, because it's a whole new rule set. But I think we're gonna wrap up. This is so cool.